Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to start filming a full week of breakfasts. So I am sauteing away some asparagus here and I am going to just film what I have for breakfast for the next week. It's Monday morning today and I have low carb, keto friendly breakfasts, so I'm just going to share those every day. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the Yummy Inspirations community and leave a like and a comment. Let me know what's your favorite low carb breakfast inspiration. I look forward to reading your comments. So this is sauteing away in heaps of butter and I'm going to add a few other ingredients. And yes, as you'll see through my week, I have a lot of eggs for breakfast, but I am going to try and balance it out this week and have a mix of eggs and egg-free breakfast and all of that. So let's see where the week takes us and I will keep chatting you through my breakfast. I've added the better part of a bag of spinach onto this asparagus, and this is to share with my husband. I added a bit more butter. I'm going to let that wilt away and then add a nice creaminess to make this a low carb and beautifully high fat breakfast. In no time at all, the spinach has wilted away. I'm not sure if you can see it there. It's just steamy, so I had to kind of zoom in from far away. So yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of mascarpone now to make this nice and creamy. I've added in a couple of generous portions of mascarpone and now we'll just mix through the mascarpone and the asparagus. It's kind of like creamed spinach but with asparagus as well, and it is so yum and it's getting steamy here. So I'm going to cook this and then we'll see to our eggs. Of course this would be great as a side dish with any meal or just on its own, but I've been loving this for breakfast because I intermittent fast and have 2 meals a day, so I'm going to make sure I get loads of veggies in. So you've got the asparagus and the spinach. You can have as much or as little or just adapt it to your macros. But yeah, that is beautifully cooked and creamy to my liking. Move it off to a plate and I'm going to make some fried eggs and I'll show you once my plate is all ready. Got those beautiful eggs in with the asparagus, and I love the crispy edges. It's kind of going off the sides of the plate because yeah, I like using little plates for breakfast. So that is my breakfast for today, and stay tuned because we got 6 more low carb, high fat, yummy breakfasts coming up. Going for an egg-free breakfast this morning. I've got some low-carb yogurt under there, a whole lot of chia seeds. Now chia seeds, some people might not think that you can have them on low-carb diet, but you definitely can because most of the carb is pure fiber, which is so good for you, and there are a host of other amazing nutrients in chia seeds as well. And I've got a couple of lonely blueberries. I opened up my blueberry punnet and some of them were a little too soft and squishy, so I picked out the best of them and I couldn't really do anything with the rest. But also, just so you know, if you do find a low-carb yogurt, which is also low in fat, the way you can up that is to use cream. So what I'll often do is I'll portion out my portion of yogurt and then mix through tablespoons of thickened cream, and that brings the fat level up. So you can make this as high fat as you want by adding as much cream, and sometimes I'll even make it extra indulgent and add a little swirl of whipped cream to the top. But today that will do me. I'm having a smaller breakfast because I'm going to have a bigger meal for my second meal of the day. So that is my low carb, high fat breakfast for this morning. And this is my breakfast today, sizzling away in the frying pan. I've got sausages and mushrooms, and I may add another couple of ingredients too, but this is just another example of an egg-free breakfast. I had eggs day one, a couple of days without, might have eggs again tomorrow, see how I go. But you definitely don't have to have eggs every day. You can definitely mix it up. And so I've got sausages, mushrooms, and I will show you my completed plate once it's done. And this is my breakfast. My husband's sausages are still sizzling in the background. I've got my 2 sausages, mushrooms, a bit of mayo in between there, and some cheese. That is such a yummy big breakfast that will fuel me and keep me going. And it's, yeah, showing you don't have to have eggs for breakfast. This would make a great breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Low carb, high fat, beautiful. And welcome to breakfast day, I think it's 4. I've got broccoli sauteing, heaps of butter melting, keep adding more butter, melting it through. I'm going to cook this really quickly. The smaller you cut it up, the quicker it will cook. So that is the trick there. So I'm just going to cook it all through and add a few more ingredients. You know what I'm like. Oh, it's getting steamy. I will chat with you as I add some more in a little bit. Now I'm going to make this a cheesy dish. So I've added a few handfuls of cheese, and now I'm going to pour over my scrambled egg mixture. Right, I've poured my scrambled eggs mixture over, and I'm just going to keep scrambling and get the eggs nice and cooked, and I will show you once it's done. Seriously, take a look at these beautiful scrambled eggs. They're creamy and cheesy and so good. And if you're not a huge fan of broccoli or vegetables, this is a great way to get more veggies into your diet. Scramble them up with heaps of beautiful eggs, cream, cheese. Beautiful. So that is my breakfast for today for morning number 4. Keep watching. We've got a few more days to go. This morning I'm keeping it simple with a cheese omelette, and I'm making my omelette by whisking up together. I've got 5 eggs, so I'm using 2 to 3 per person, so 2.5 for the 2 of us, 5 in total, 5 eggs to make omelette, and I've got a couple of splashes of cream there. It just makes it so nice and thick and creamy. So I'm going to whisk that together and then get on and start making my omelette. Heaps of butter in a frying pan. Now I love my red spot frying pan because when it gets nice and hot, I know, and it's ready for my scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs, I'm making an omelette today. See, breakfast I go a bit crazy because I had a 16-hour fast and I'm just hungry, but I want to film to show you a whole different range of breakfasts. So we've got the butter nice and hot, and we're going to add in our egg mixture now. Right, I'm just going to let that set and become like an omelette. I tend to move the kind of outside in and the inside out just to kind of get it to cook evenly, but not scrambling it. So you need to leave it alone a little bit to make an omelette. That's how to make an omelette 101. So I'm just going to let this set a bit and fill it with cheese. If you want, you can fill it with any kind of vegetable, even meat, whatever you like. I'll have my blog post down below where I'll give you loads of ideas for yummy, easy, low-carb, keto omelette fillings. But I am just going for cheese today. That's all I feel like. I know I'm going to be having a big veggie lunch today. Otherwise, I would often put in some spinach or mushrooms or really whatever I've got available in my kitchen. My omelette is beautifully set, and what I do is I kind of cut it in half like this because I share it with my husband, so it makes it easy. I cut it in half, and then I'm going to fill each half with the cheese. Just like that, and then I can kind of, I'll try and do this one hand. I really should have used my tripod. Oh, there we go. Sealed over. Got 1 cheese omelette and 2 cheese omelettes, and I'll just let those cook, and I'll flip it over when I'm ready to make sure both sides are beautifully cooked through. Flipped over my cheese omelette. It looks so good. I can see the cheese seeping out, oozing out over there. And so in a sec, I'm just going to move this onto a plate, and that's my breakfast. It looks a bit like an omelette butterfly, but one for me, one for my husband. I know when I move it on the plate, it always kind of falls apart because I overstuff it with cheese, but I did manage to flip it, so yay me. So that's my breakfast this morning. Keep watching for more yummy, low-carb, keto breakfasts. Today I'm having leftovers for breakfast. Seriously, you cannot underestimate the beauty of leftovers. I made my favorite best ever chicken bake last night or yesterday for lunch/dinner with my intermittent fast, and now I'm having leftovers for breakfast. Seriously, you don't have to have traditional breakfast foods for breakfast. You can have anything you want. So make a big meal the night before, and the next day you've got breakfast. So I've got my leg of chicken drumstick, I've got some spinach under there, sour cream, avocado, beautiful low carb, high fat, nice amount of protein. My kids are crunching their breakfast in the background. My breakfast is a bit later this morning than normal, so I'm a tad hungry, but yeah, definitely have leftovers for breakfast. You don't need to just have eggs or breakfasty foods like I've shown in this video. Definitely go the leftovers too. And this is my final breakfast in my week of breakfast. It's steaming and hot, so I will be quick. I've made asparagus. You can make any veggies you like. We still have asparagus in season. It's kind of midway through spring, and yeah, asparagus is beautiful in season. It's so cheap, but you could use broccoli, mushrooms, any vegetable that you like. And I've got 2 sausages. I know I had sausages early in the week, but that was a meat-free meal. This one I've got meat-free. That was an egg-free meal. Can you see I'm hungry? I haven't broken my intermittent fast yet. So I've got 2 fried eggs and sausages. The other day I had sausages with all kinds of other yummy stuff. But sometimes I like a big breakfast with eggs and sausages. Definitely not meat-free. But if you're vegetarian, you could definitely have meat-free sausages instead, or any meat you like. I often go through salami stages where I'll have salami every time. At the moment, as you can tell from this week, I've been having loads of these beautiful grass-fed sausages, which I've just been loving. So that is my full week of breakfast, 7 low-carb, high-fat, keto-friendly breakfast. Make sure that you leave a like and subscribe for more yummy inspirations just like this, and leave me a comment and let me know what is your favorite go-to low-carb breakfast. I'm going to go have this yummy breakfast, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.